Okay, so welcome to 4Keys Private Tuition, 4Keys College of Science Education. So in this video, it's going to run my fractions, my algebraic fractions, which we looked at in the previous video. We're going to take a step further and look at more examples. So let's look at this first scenario that we have. That's a simple fraction that you can, two simple fractions that you can add. But when you derive, you understand from how you can add those two. So if I were to add those two, I need to find a common denominator so that I can make those two a single fraction. I need to find a common denominator. So how do I do that? I have to find the lowest common multiple of 2 and 5. Number on 2 and 5 is a remainder, which is 10. How do I get it? I simply multiply these two numbers to get a 10. So what I need to think is, how do I turn this denominator into a 10? I have to multiply 2 by 5. But if I multiply here 2 by 5, I have to do the same with the numerator. So 2 times 5 here, and I do the same for the numerator. And then I do the same here. How do I turn this into a 10? I multiply by 2, so 5 by 2, then kumusoro 2 by 2, so that I balance things out. So from there, I can simplify 1 by 5, I get a 5, 2 by 5, I get a 10. So I simplify 2 by 2, I get a 4, and 5 by 2, I get a 10. So I can a fraction, my fraction, my common denominator is that. From there, you can simply add the two numbers on top, becomes a 9 over 10. Okay, let's do the same with subtraction. So for subtraction, simply do the same. Here I have to turn this into a 10, so 2 by 5, 2 by 5, that's my common denominator, my lowest common multiple, which is 10, but I have to say 2 by 5, 1 by 5, and then 5 by 2, 2 by 2, and you saw that at the end of the day, we just put everything under this common denominator, which is our lowest common multiple. So I'm not going to go simplify at this stage. So from there, I can go further to say 1 by 5, I get a 5, minus 2 by 2, I get a 4, 5 minus 4, and then I get a 10. So that's a 1 over 10. We are saying here the denominators do not necessarily have to multiply together to get the lowest common multiple. In other words, lowest common multiple, are we 1 and equal by my denominators are 2? That's not the only way to get your lowest common multiple. In other cases, you don't need to do that. For example, let's look at this case. For the lowest common multiple of 4 and 14, if you say 4 by 14, you're not going to get the lowest common multiple. Why? Because there's a number which is below the product of 4 and 14 that can act as our lowest common multiple. For example, number 4 and 14, you can think of it, it's 28. But you don't get 28 when you say 4 by 14. You get a bigger number. So you do not necessarily have to multiply the two unless there is no there's no easy way to find the lowest common multiple. Then what you simply have to do is multiply the two numbers. Okay, so lowest common multiple in this case is my 28. Okay, so what do I do now? How do I turn this fraction, this into a 28? I say by 7. So by 7 here, by 7 here. And then for 14, I have to say by 2. By 2. And then there I have those other two fractions that I now have 7 over 28 plus 6 over 28. I simply add my 7 and 6. And since I have the same denominator, I'm allowed to just add my 7 and 6 here directly to get a 28. 13 over 28. Okay, let's move on. In this case, I still have a 4 and a 14, and I'm subtracting. So I put my 28 here. I do this operation that I've done here, 1 by 7 and 3 by 2. And I get a 1 over 28 if I simplify that. So let's look at this situation. So there's now a bit of algebra here. So what is the lowest common multiple of 3 and 7? 3 and 7, 21. So what do I do here? I now say 3 by 7 to get it 21. And I am going to say x by 5 here times 7. Okay, so that I get the numerator. Then here I have to multiply by 3, and I also multiply by 3 the top part. So don't forget by 3 there. from there, I expand the top brackets. I get 7x plus 35 over 21. And I do the same this side. I get a 6x minus 27. Since I have a common denominator here, I can collect like terms here and do the operation. 7x plus 6x plus 35 minus 27. I get 13x plus 8 over 21. So you can do that. Let's look at this example. The lowest common multiple of 9 and 12 there would be 36. So how do I turn a 9 into a 36? Multiply by 4. We do the same with the top part. Multiply by 4 minus 12. You have to multiply by 3 to get a 36. Also multiply the top part, 2x minus 7 with a 3. You expand the top brackets. You get a 12x minus 4 this side, and you get a 6x minus 21 for this side. You collect like terms here. 12 plus 6x minus 4 minus 21. Then, so that's it. Okay, so what I'm going to get here is, if I simplify here, 12 minus 4 minus 6x minus 21. So I have to multiply everything in here to remove this bracket by a minus 1. So I now have 12x minus 4 minus 6x plus 21 all over 36. And then I collect like terms. 12x minus 6x, I get 6x minus 4 plus 21, I get 17. All right, so let's move on. What if the denominators are actually algebraic expressions? So the same applies. You need to find the lowest common multiple of 3 and what? And x in this case. So it will be of 3x and x, it will be 3x. So I now have to, for me to turn this into a 3x, it's already a 3x, so I multiply everything by 1. 3x times 1, 2x minus 1 times 1, then plus this side I have to multiply by a 3. So bottom part by a 3, top part by a 3, and I simplify there. This side I'm going to get a 15x plus 12 over a 3x. Now everything is over the same denominator, so I can apply my operations there to say 2x plus 15, I get 7x minus 1 plus 12, get an 11. So let's do another one, slightly more challenging. So this is the last one that I would like to explore in this video. So 7x plus 3 there over 3x minus 1 minus x plus 5 over x plus 2. What would be the lowest common multiple here? So in this case, you have to multiply the two denominators here to get your lowest common multiple. So here it is. So this is where you say now your 3x into 3x minus 1 times x plus 2. You're going to be left with an x plus 2. So that x plus 2 has to multiply this top part. Okay. So there you go. Then I say x plus 2 into this. I'm going to be left with 3x minus 1, because x plus 2 and x plus 2 will cancel each other out. So 3x minus 1 times this top part. So x plus 5, 3x minus 1. And now I expand this and simplify. So I'm going to get 7x squared plus 14x if I remove this 2. And then I'm going to get 3x plus 6. 3x plus 6 minus 3x squared minus x plus 15x minus 5. So this is if I simplify this side. All right. So now it's about collecting like terms. I have to simplify here. 14x plus 3x, I get a 17x, and then from there I remove this bracket here by multiplying everything by a negative 1. So from here, if I simplify here, I collect like terms here. 17x minus 14x, and then I have plus 6 plus 5, that's 11. 17x minus 14x, 3x, 7x squared minus 3x squared, I get 4x squared. So all over 3x minus 1, x plus 2. So basically this is what you do. This is what you do. I hope this video is helpful. I'll meet you in another video. We'll continue to explain.